Imagine a quiet girl, cornered by ruthless bullies in a grimy school bathroom, forced toward an unthinkable act drinking toilet water. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But what if, in just 30 seconds, she turns the tables in a way that leaves them begging for mercy? Dive into this jaw-dropping tale of courage, cunning, and unexpected power that'll keep you glued till the very last word. If you love stories that twist, shock, and inspire, hit that subscribe button for more epic narratives, delivered straight to you. In the dim flicker of the fluorescent lights in Lincoln High's third-floor girls' bathroom, Ellie Harper stood frozen, her sneakers squeaking faintly against the cracked tiles as three figures loomed over her: Jessica Tate, the queen bee, with a venomous smirk, flanked by her loyal minions, Kaylee and Brianna, whose giggles echoed like hyenas circling prey. Ellie, a wiry 15-year-old with mousy brown hair and glasses perpetually slipping down her nose, was no stranger to their cruelty. For months, they'd targeted her for being the weird, quiet girl who aced every test but never spoke above. A whisper, her lunch tray often accidentally knocked to the floor, or her books swiped and tossed into lockers. Today, though, was different. Jessica's eyes glinted with a darker intent as she shoved Ellie toward a stall, the door creaking ominously, the air thick with the sour tang of bleach and neglect. "Drink it," Jessica sneered, pointing to the toilet bowl, its water murky and streaked with grime, "or we'll make sure everyone sees you do it on video." Kaylee's phone was already out, its camera lens gleaming like a predator's eye, while Brianna blocked the exit, her arms crossed, lips curled in delight. Ellie's heart thundered, her palms slick with sweat, but her face stayed blank, her hazel eyes darting not to the toilet, but to the pipes snaking along the wall, their faint hum unnoticed by her tormentors. She'd always been observant, a trait honed by years of fading into the background, noticing details others ignored, like the loose valve she'd seen the janitor tighten last week, or the way Jessica's left knee brace peeked out under her skirt, a secret weakness from a cheerleading injury. 10 seconds, freak," Jessica barked, stepping closer, her perfume choking the air. But Ellie's mind was racing, piecing together a plan born not of panic, but of something colder, sharper. She'd endured enough: every snicker, every shove, every whispered loser in the halls, and something inside her snapped, not into despair, but into a quiet, burning resolve. She shuffled forward, her head bowed, feigning surrender, her trembling fingers brushing the stall's metal frame as if for balance. But really, they grazed the valve, twisting it ever so slightly. A faint hiss escaped, too subtle for the girls to notice over their own laughter, but Ellie knew what was coming. 5 seconds, Kaylee taunted, zooming in with her phone. But Ellie's lips twitched, a ghost of a smile no one caught. She dropped to her knees, her reflection wavering in the foul water, and the bullies leaned in, triumphant, until a sudden violent spray erupted from the pipe behind them, a geyser of icy water blasting across the bathroom, soaking Jessica's designer blouse and knocking Kaylee's phone to the floor with a sickening crack. Screams filled the air as the girls flailed, their makeup running in black rivers, their confidence dissolving faster than sugar in rain. Brianna slipped, crashing into the sink, while Jessica clawed at her drenched hair, shrieking, "What the hell?" But Ellie was already moving, her quiet demeanor replaced by a steely calm as she stood, water dripping from her own clothes, but her eyes alight with something fierce. "You wanted a show," she said, her voice low but cutting, "so let's make it good." The bullies froze, stunned by the sound of her speaking, let alone the edge in her tone. Ellie stepped forward, her sneakers splashing through the growing puddle, and pointed to the broken phone, its screen shattered, the video unsaved. "No evidence," she said, "but I've got plenty on you." Jessica's face paled as Ellie pulled her own from her pocket, dry and protected in a Ziploc bag, a trick she'd learned after a previous prank involving a water fountain. On the screen played a grainy video recorded weeks ago. In the cafeteria, showing Jessica slipping laxatives into a teacher's coffee, a stunt that had landed an innocent student in detention. "I've been watching," Ellie said, her voice steady now, "and I've got more. Brianna's shoplifting at the mall. Kaylee's cheat sheets for the math final. All time-stamped, all ready to send to Principal Carter." The bathroom was silent save for the drip of water and the bully's ragged breaths. Jessica's bravado crumbled, her knee brace creaking as she backed away, but Ellie wasn't done. "You've got two choices," she said, stepping closer, her small frame suddenly towering in their eyes. "Apologize, leave me alone, and maybe I delete these. Or I hit send, and you're done, suspended, grounded, cheer squad gone." Kaylee whimpered, clutching her ruined phone, while Brianna's eyes darted to the door, but Ellie's gaze pinned them like a predator. "Please," Jessica stammered, her voice breaking. "We're sorry, okay? Just don't send it." Ellie tilted her head, considering, her silence more terrifying than any shout. "Beg," she said softly, and the word hung like a guillotine. The three girls exchanged glances, pride warring with fear, but one by one, they sank to their knees. In the filthy water, muttering apologies, their voices choked with humiliation. Ellie watched, her face unreadable, then pocketed her phone. "Stay away from me," she said, "or next time I won't be so nice." She turned, stepping over the puddle, and walked out, leaving them soaked, shaking, and speechless. But the story didn't end there. Word spread not of the bathroom, but of Ellie, the quiet girl who'd somehow outsmarted the untouchable Jessica Tate. Whispers followed her in the halls, not of mockery, but of awe. By lunch, a freshman girl slipped her a note. "They bully. Me too, help." Ellie's fingers tightened around the paper, her mind flashing to the bathroom, to the valve, to the power she'd felt not in cruelty, but in justice. She glanced across the cafeteria where Jessica sat, subdued, her knee brace hidden under jeans, her minions silent for once. Ellie's lips curved, not a smile but a promise. She'd been invisible too long, but she saw everything, every secret, every weakness, and she wasn't done. That afternoon, she found the freshmen, a plan already forming, and as they talked, Ellie realized this was just the beginning. She wasn't just the quiet girl anymore. She was the one who listened, who watched, who could topple empires with a whisper. Days later, a new rumor surfaced. Another bully, a senior boy, had been caught cheating on a test, his scholarship at risk, and no one knew how the evidence reached the principal's desk. Ellie passed him in the hall, her head down, her glasses slipping, but her eyes gleamed with that same fierce light. She'd learned the pipes of Lincoln High literal and metaphorical, and how to twist them just right. The bullies had cornered her once, but now, they were the ones looking over their shoulders, wondering who was watching, who was waiting. And Ellie? She walked on, quiet as ever, but with a secret burning in her chest. She wasn't just surviving anymore. She was rewriting the rules, one twist, one valve, one whispered truth at a time.